So, Dave, the Fox took over from NBC.
Yes, because we heard John Embriel's call of the Belmont as the start, and the reason is because the Fox, unfortunately for Tom Durkin, who had a terrific call, it was almost unintelligible on the Fox Channel 5 show, the major network.
Yeah, I instructed our production team to play the Belmont call of John Embriel because, as you said, the Durkin call, particularly in the last eighth of a mile, last 16th of a mile, you could barely hear it. What the heck? You're a TV veteran. What the heck happened there?
I talked to a couple friends in TV. One of them said that Fox had, Fox had 3 trucks out there at Belmont Park. One for the major network, that was Channel 5 here in New York, and then the other 2, throughout the day, Fox 1 and Fox 2, Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, did broadcast. And Bill, I swear, I switched over to hear one of Durkin's earlier calls on either Fox 1 or Fox Sports 2, and it was fine because it was coming through the major truck onto the major network. That was where it got all screwed up, and it sounded like it was just the weakest link. The mixer mixed in too much crowd, too much extraneous noise. Did jockeys have microphones that were on?
It's a good question. I
could not find out. I tried, but it was a shame because I'm sure it was a good broadcast. But I want to tell you, that problem with the sound even bled over to when Tom Amos was giving some of his excellent commentary. You couldn't understand.
But what makes it even more hard to understand is in some of the prior races Durkin called before the Belmont, they had the same problem. How did nobody notice that and say, "Oh my goodness, we couldn't hear him for the Met Mile or whatever, or for the turf race, the Manhattan? We've got to fix this." It's just,
I don't know.
I know they were first time doing this, but I mean that's just unbelievable.
I know when I was with ABC, we had a lot of rehearsals and things, and we even talked about the Brooklyners being a mile-and-a-half rehearsal. But I swear that I listened to Tom's call, which was unencumbered by all those extraneous noises, on either Fox Sports 1 or 2 earlier in the day. So I don't know how they didn't get it right on the network.
Overall, what'd you think of their broadcast?
Well, it was uneven because I thought that the sound was bad, but it tainted some of the other problems. I really thought that Richard Migliori on Fox 1 or 2 was better.
Fox
better
Network.
Well, I thought that Mike Smith was a little weak.
I understand, yeah. And it looked like that they kind of kicked Gary Stevens aside, who was their regular guy, to bring in Mike Smith.
Yeah. Amos was great. And the announcer who was the lead announcer wasn't a racetrack guy. He wasn't embarrassing, but I had the feeling that he didn't know a lot of the game. But what are you going to say?
Yeah, I mean, by and large, they have not gotten good reviews, and most people complaining.
Which makes the NBC feed even was really terrific on the Derby and the Prix.
Right, that's a fair point. NBC has just done such a good job over the years with this. So, they had big shoes to fill. Oh, so many other.
What did you think?
I thought it was uneven as well. I think that the Durkin call thing was just terrible. They had some good moments and not so good moments. I mean, you could tell at times that they had some people that didn't really know horse racing and kind of, didn't really grasp it. I agree with you on Mike Smith. He is, I hate to say anything, he's the nicest guy you ever want to meet. But, his answers were kind of just, they'd throw him a question and give 2- and 3-word answers, didn't really shed a lot of light or insights. And, compared that to, he took over the role of Jerry Bailey from NBC. And just, Jerry Bailey is just an encyclopedia of knowledge and great insights and everything. So, we'll see. It's their first race over the track. We'll see if they get it better down the road. Of all the other races on the card, there's one other I wanted to mention. Boy, how good is Cody's Wish, Dave, in that mile. He broke bad. He was last early, and he just smoked those horses.
And that race summed up my good and bad about my betting. I mean, I never did bet Cody's Wish because he always seemed to be bet down because of all the good feeling stories which surrounded it and drove the odds down. But don't get me wrong, that was some terrific performance. And Junior Alvarado rode a hell of a race, breaking 8th and coming from way back. I love the horse. I love his talent. I love the story. And it was all on display, wasn't it?
And now it looks like they might stretch him out to run in the Whitney, and that could open up the doors to all sorts of things, maybe even the Breeders' Cup Classic. So congratulations to that whole team. By the way, we want to remind you that AmWager, if you bet horse racing online, there's a platform you need to try, and it is AmWager.
And it's right, because AmWager.com is designed by horse players, so they really understand what's important to us, the bettors.
Yeah, and I just love how easy it is to navigate and place bets quickly with AmWager. Plus, there are lots of built-in tools for analysis and ticket construction.
And even if you have an ADW account now, new customers to AmWager.com can get a $150 first deposit match bonus.
Yeah, it's straightforward, too. Just deposit $150, bet the $150, and AmWager will give you a $150 bonus in a single credit.
It's that simple. So we don't know what you're waiting for, so why not sign up for AmWager today and start betting smarter.
All right, we are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll check in with John Piasek, find out what's going on at Laurel. Stay with us here on Down the Stretch.
Down the stretch.
Yeah.
Down the stretch.
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 Down the stretch. Down the stretch. Down the stretch.
There is no substitute for the real thing.
And down the stretch they come.
This is Down the Stretch on SiriusXM Radio.